Hey guys, Ashley, Darla, Bishop, anybody? Can y'all hear me? Good morning. Happy hump day. Where's my little things over here? How y'all doing? Got my little Moogle over there. Got my little Moogle. My Moogle in my, I put it on a stick for Moogle Monday. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Ashley. Good morning, Julie. Happy wonderful Wednesday to you. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, Denise came over and I cleaned like crazy. She had to spend most of her time working, so she was working most of the time. Hi, Molly. I threw away 10 bags of stuff out of my closet. I am not kidding. And my room, because I cleaned out the closet, I was able to move some of the stuff in the room into the closet that I don't use all the time, but still don't want to get rid of. So my room is so much more spacious. It's amazing. Hi, Juanita. Yeah, we did. We did. Hi, Magic. So, Candy, Adelia, I did make some fresh coffee and it's brewing now, so I'm going to go down and get that in a couple minutes. But in the meantime, I got my juice for coffee and art in the morning. And thanks, Kalura. Happy hump day to you too. Pamela, Linda. So anyway, I cleaned out, like I said, two huge bags and then like 8 smaller bags. So yeah, I cleaned out that closet while Denise was working. Just having her here, inspired me, Yeah, we do. It does. It does, Julie. It does seem like you have a whole extra room. It sure does. So I have a lot more. Room. Is today your birthday? Oh, well, happy birthday, Magic. Happy birthday. Hi, Kenny. Let's see. I know I'm probably missing some people. Raquel, good morning. Yeah. So I know y'all seen me start this book, but I hadn't really done anything with it. Well, I kind of switched it all up and changed it all up anyway. So it's a different book anyway. But yeah. So I got my washi tape out. Thought we'd work in it a little bit. So this is what it looks like. It is 2 of the Tracy, what's her name now? Annie Mame gave me 1, and then I bought another one, the color one. So I've got the pages mixed up too. I'll kind of go through it for you, but I'm not trying to keep the pages in order because that's not the purpose of it. Here it is. Trisha Gill paint box, and the first half here is Trisha Gill. This is the one Auntie Mame gave me. Trisha Gill patterns and Trisha Gill paint box. I'm going to use those books. Plus, I have some more stuff in the back, other things in the back. I'm going to use this for my Commonplace book 1 of 2021. Hopefully it won't be more than 1 in 2021, but I did put book 1 and I put the date on it because I just, thought I would. And I have so many other journals and books similar to this, guys, where I keep quotes and other things. But I thought I would just do a fresh one because I don't mind starting a new book for you guys. Y'all know. So, hi, Elmaris. Pacola, good morning, Pacola. Let's see, Deb. Who am I missing? Deb Bishop. Deb. Okay. Let's see who else. Did I say hi? Yeah, I said hi to Kenny. So I just brought out a quote book. Here's some of my pens I've been using. I just kind of prop that up because there's a ring light glare right there. But I guess I could move this over there. Move this over here. And then these are some of my Francis Bacon quotes in here. So I thought I would kind of maybe use some of those. Plus I wrote a bunch of other ones down. So maybe we could just use those as a jumping off point for the starting it. Now I got a glare on there. We go. Oh my goodness. So hi Jazzy, Estrada. I'm looking to see who else I might have missed. Lynn Moon. Lynn Moon. Hi Tracy. Good morning. Beth. So yeah, so this right here, this background, I just did some stencil, put stencil down and kind of put paint over it. I think I already showed you this. I had this made, I don't know, maybe a month ago I'd started this and, did the cover thing here and just that's the only thing in plastic is just the cover, just to kind of protect the first sheet. Hi, Nancy. Let's see. So, you can use this Commonplace book. You can use it in conjunction. Or Denise would make me lift my little finger. With your Society of Idea Collectors, I have different notebooks for different things. I have my Society of Idea Collector notebooks with my lists, my mind maps, and all that. That's kind of separate to me than a Commonplace book, where you kind of store your knowledge and your information and things like that. So it's a little bit different, but you can do however you want. You make it yours, whatever appeals to you. You can make your Commonplace book / Society of Idea Collector, because, some of it does cross over, but it has to be up to you what's important to you, what you like to collect, what kind of information, what kind of knowledge, what kind of things you want to remember. So all of that. So I did pull out some washi tape. I just pulled out one of the trays with some of the new stuff that Annie sent me when Hubster went, not this right here. I think this is from Hobby Lobby, but these other ones here, I've already shown them to you when I unboxed them. And so I just pulled those, and then there's just some other ones in here, the space ones, and that, sent back to me from Annie, and just some different ones in here. I just pulled one little tray because y'all know I got trays and trays. I don't have as much as Faithful Mess, but, I do have a good amount of washi tape. So I just pulled some to limit myself to what I'll use. Let's see. I said hi to Candy. Yeah. So if y'all are just joining me for the first time or watching the recording, thanks to all the lurkers. My name is Dee Dee, and you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. I just go by my name. And this is Coffee and Art in the Morning. I stream every Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, but I usually come on about 8:30. Hi, Janet. Did you get your refrigerator tube to your ice maker fixed? So it's not leaking. So I hope you got it fixed. So hi, Shelly. Carrie Ann. Who else? Hi, Annie Mame. I'm using the I keep forgetting her name. Tracy. What's her name? I have to go back to the other one. Tracy Gill. The Tracy Gill. I'm using the Tracy Gill book you sent me in here. And then I bought the paint box one. So I have the second book here. And then I have some other stuff in the back. So yeah, I got a whole new setup here for you guys today. Although you have seen this page because I did show this cover sheet. But I'll show you what I just started it. I started it yesterday, because I've been cleaning, organizing. I went through all my drawer towers, all 3 of them. I have 3 towers of those, plastic drawers in the metal towers, craft drawers. And I went through all of those. I threw away 10 bags of stuff since Monday, since when Denise was here. So, and I got so much more room. And so yeah, it's really nice and spacious in here. You're back to better than normal. Okay, well, we'll talk later. Whoops, did I click on? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Where'd you go, Janet? So yeah, so I'm using Annie Mame's book she sent me. Plus, I bought another one of her books, Trisha Gill's books, and then plus I have some other papers in the back. So this is a 2-inch 3-ring binder, and it is completely full. I don't think I could get one more paper in here. So we're going to do that today and give you some ideas if y'all have any questions. And I do want to try to remember to go through my there's my serious list of stations. I want to try to remember to go through here and read it. And I got something to read it with. I won't show that till the end. So y'all try to remind me to read, Magic. Thank you so much, Magic, for the $20 super chat. We all get such inspiration from you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna write you down. And I sent out all but I'll still send you one. I'll see if I've already sent you out this month's print. If I've already sent you out this month's print, Magic, I'll save this for next month so you don't get a duplicate. But if you've already sent me, if I've already sent you. Oh, hang on, let me answer this Hubster. Hey, I'm streaming. No, it didn't. Okay. Power went out at his work. You want to know if it was out here? No, don't go out, Power. No, Power, don't go out. But anyway, if I've already sent you one this month, then I'll wait till next month so you get a new one. So either way. So yeah. So you don't get a duplicate. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, make sure you send me your address, Magic. If I might have it, but it's always easier for me if you send me your address. But Cola just put my email in there. I appreciate it. So much easier if you send me your address. I have to go look it up because, thank you. Yeah, Ashley. So, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's Magic's birthday, but I'll send her a print. So, yeah, I want to read, at least once a week, I read a couple pages out of our 1001 Ways to Be Creative prompt book. So I'm going to put that over here because I have something else that I bought that I'll show you when I read that book. So, yeah. Okay. So, what did I hi, Linda, Sherry Bug. I sent Sherry a print this month, but I know I need to send you one, but I don't know if I sent it to you, Sherry Bug, or another Sherry Bug. So Sherry Bug, can you send me your address here? I was going to write Sherry Bug to make sure I send it to the right Sherry. Okay, because some of y'all have the same name. Like there's 2 Ashleys, there's 2 or 3 Sherrys. And I want to make sure I don't, if you ever not get your monthly print, if you support the channel, let me know because, I don't know if some gets lost in the mail or something, I don't know. But I know Sherry Bug, you should get one, but I sent it to a Sherry, but I don't know if it's Sherry Bug. So, yeah, let me know. So I did get all my mail done. I got Norma's scroll. I got the Terry that won the collage from New Year. I had over 50 thank you prints that I sent out. So all that got mailed yesterday. And so it just felt so good because I do that once a month. And it takes a couple days to get it all done into the post office. And so I was glad to get all that done. So thanks again, everybody that supports the channel. So I had a few things that I was going to show you as I was cleaning out. Now, I hate it that I cannot remember the girl's name from here, her name here, that was in URU with me back in 2003, 2004. I cannot remember her name because I don't think she's been here for a while. And so I go, gosh, I should have wrote her name down. I probably did write it down and probably stuck it in the book. But I found my URU stuff. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Linda Rins. Thank you so much for the super chat, a super sticker. Thank you so much. I'm going to write you down again, Linda. send me your address, and I will send you out this month. This month, since it's this week that I'm still doing it. So if anybody super chats me today, I will go ahead and include you in this month's, from December, so that because I know I haven't sent you one, so you'll get one of the new ones too. Thank you so much. Yeah, Picola put, there you go. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and I appreciate it. Everybody's always, my mods are the best. My mods always get a print too. They get one every month too. It's the least I can do for my mods. They all need raises. They're awesome mods. So the least I can do is send them a print. Oh, so thank you. So I did find my URU stash of stuff. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how much I was in beta in that game. I don't know. Have any of y'all ever played? Now, you may not have played URU, but some of y'all will probably remember Myst. I brought up my Myst collection. I've shown it to you before, but I brought it up to show you. And then let me go ahead and back out one here. I think I can back out one more. There we go. So let me move all this over, and I'll go ahead and show you that real quick before we get started in the Commonplace book. It's a little dark down here. Let me see if I can. Does that help? Yeah, I can turn my ring light a little bit over this way. Okay, so yes, y'all get meatloaf. Oh no, but I did send the meatloaf recipe out to one of the girls that won that contest. So oh my goodness. So let's see. You are awesome, Janet. You and Picola and Julie. Yeah. Hi, little sister. So anyway, yeah. So I'm going to show you, hang on. Some of y'all may or may not know about URU, which was a spin-off or a continuation of Myst. So I don't know if any of you ever played Myst. There was Exile, Riven, Myst, Riven, and Exile. Oh, sorry, guys, there's a glare. So these, I don't even remember when these came out. They're quite old. But URU, I played this in like 2013, 2014. And so let's see. 1997 was Riven. Let's see, I can't see. 1996, I think. Anyway, yeah, they're old. So if you've never played them. And so anyway, I was played in beta in URU, and I always, and let me kind of back up a little bit. So URU was like one of the first, like before WoW and all the one, the what do you call it? The where you create your own avatar and you play in person with the online live chat, a live chat in the game. So it, back in 2003, 4. And so anyway, and you made your own avatar, your own, clothes and hair and, all that. Well, I would draw the avatars. Now, they're not like portraits. They're not like the portraits I do now, because I didn't like the avatar look. So they're not like portrait quality. They're avatars, right? So anyway, hi, some big jerk. So I would draw them. And so I was like the URU, like in-house artist. And then there was Gelf, who was like the in-house photographer. And what was kind of innovative about, I thought at the time, was to talk to everybody in the game, and they had like a regular chat, just like we have here, but everybody had a key, or some call it a KI, some call it a key, but that had like your iWatch, and that's how you would type. You take pictures, and I mean, it wasn't like it was in game. You had in game, your character had a watch where you could chat and take photos, and what I love about the Myst games is they were all puzzles. They're all puzzles you have to solve. There's no shooting, there's no fighting, there's none of that. But what was so awesome about it is at the time, I don't think there was any other game where you could go together in the game. You could go together in the game and go through different places, and you traveled through books. So you would put your hand on a book, and I'm going to show you a couple pictures I drew because I found my stack. I found my notebook and my stack of URU stuff. And so if you've ever played Myst, then you'll understand the complexity of these puzzles. They're very complex. And so anytime someone new would come into the game, we'd all take them under our wing, and we'd lead them through the game and help them solve puzzles. And so anyway, and then I have here some of my other Myst and URU games here. So I just pulled them to show you. But anyway, so that was so fun. It was so fun back then because it was innovative, and you were in person with people and could chat with them, right? In a game back in 2003, 2004. And so, I'm thinking, can it really be almost 20 years ago? Almost 20 years ago that I played this. So anyway, and plus it was in beta at the time. And so we all kept copious notes. And I know I have some of the bot walkthroughs. But, let me show you. I know I'm going to laugh. I know you're going to laugh. Hang on. This is my notes and some of my drawings. And then I have this photograph, this notebook full of drawings. So I found all this in the closet when I cleaned out the closet. Yes, I found a stack. Who was it? Kathy? No, it wasn't you. Who was it that played with me in URU back in 2003 and 4? There's one of y'all here, but I cannot remember who it was. And I think lives in Germany. I think the girl that played lives in Germany. And they were very complex games. And so anyway, these two stacks are screenshots and notes. This is all screenshots and notes. And these are I got them all printed out. Let me see dates on some of them. Do I have dates on? Oh, there's one. 2004. Yeah, 2004. Okay, you played WoW with people all over the world. But did you play URU, Trisha? Who played? I know one of you did. I cannot remember who it was that played that. Yeah, y'all play Fallout and WoW and all kinds of things. Yeah, I don't play any of those. Okay, so anyway, and then here, these are notes and puzzle solving and all that in here. So I'll show you a few. This is one of them. This is Yisha, one of the you'd have to know the game to know who she was. But anyway, and it's starting to fade. It is on a photo paper, and she is kind of fading, but that's one of the drawings I did back then. And here's Rand. He's the creator. And then there's just all kinds. This was my avatar here, which is just a printout. This is just a printout of my avatar. And so, because you could change your shoes, your clothes, all that. And you walk around and you meet people and you chat with them and you solve puzzles together. You ever played this one, Trisha? So anyway, I thought I would show you a few of the things. So this is all my notes from URU. And then here are some of the drawings of the avatars and stuff. I don't know if there's really, let's see here. I made my own Rialto book. These are the pictures of the bookshelves. And and if you've never played the game, none of this would mean anything to you. Just like if you showed me WoW or, any of the others, it wouldn't mean anything to me. But, so let me put this over here and show you some of the, okay, so now I have the big drawings of these somewhere. somewhere I have the large drawings of these, but I drew these. You would travel. This is just photographs of it. You would travel through the different ages. Yes, I have the books too, Miss Nobody. Yeah, I have the books. I didn't bring those up, but yeah, I got the books. Linda McAllister. Thank you, Pacola. Let me write that down. Linda McAllister is the one that played with me. As soon as you said it. Yeah. Let me write that down. Because I told her as soon as I found the book, I would show it. So let me see how I can get this. I'm trying to see how I can. It's just a glare because of the. So I drew this hand getting ready to touch the book, because what you would do is there's all these different stations, and you would, after you solved a certain puzzle, you could go to the station, you'd put your hand on the book, and you'd go to the next world. So everything was just download. Oh, okay. Ashley says she just downloaded. Yeah, and they've come up with a couple new games, Abduction, and so yeah. But I tell you what I do with the new games like Abduction, which came out about 2 or 3 years ago, I think. Then there's another one after that. I go on Steam. What is it called? Steam. You know, the gaming thing, gaming streaming, Steam. And I watch somebody else play it. I don't play the game. I don't have time to play the game, but I like to know what's going on in the world with that company, you know. So I'll go watch them play it. But I don't have time to play the games themselves anymore. So all this was way before I started streaming. This was 2000, almost 20 years ago, or 18 years ago. 18 years ago that I did all this. And let's see. Am I missing? Hi, Kimberly. And I'm sure I'm missing other people coming in. I said hi to Carrie Ann. So these are just some photographs. Now this is this is Yesha as the character. So this was Rand. I drew, then this is the picture that I just showed you in black and white. Oh, here's the color picture. So these are just some of the pictures that, photographs of the drawings that I did back then of the characters. And the maker of the game. So, I still play classic and I'm stressed and need to kill elves. Which one? I missed the game. Which game was it? She spins. So, yeah, well, see, what I liked about this was, okay, Lynette, lurk, is that there was there's no fighting. It's all puzzle solving. And finding Easter eggs and tricks and tips and things that you could do, jumps and stuff that were secret unless you've been around a while. And, you know, it was just a lot of fun. So, let me see. Some of this came out. So let's see what I can show you here. So I have all different, and then, now let me, I know it's a lot. In Wow, Juanita, okay. The other thing is there were all kind of guilds. It was a big online community. There were guilds, there were the language guilds, there were all these different guilds. And so you would communicate and email and talk to people, because it wasn't like now where we have chat and everything, right? It was, you could chat in game, but everything else you either had to be on IRC or something else, or you just went and you left comments on the message boards, right? So there were tons of message boards dealing with all the different guilds, and all those different stacks of papers that I just showed you. There were like packs of stuff from all the guilds. I told you, I don't do anything halfway. So anyway, again, it is all about the tree. This is a picture of the handmade book that I did, some of the calligraphy that I did for it, and the maps and the different things. So these were different ideas for different, background, parts to the game, some room ideas. But here's some of the drawings that I did. And again, back when the game. And all right, so here. So now these look very simplistic and very portrait-like, but this is just exactly like their avatars looked. They looked like this, and I tried to capture their avatars because you create your own avatar, right? And you can have your own hair, your face, and I guess they do that now in the other games that are around that I don't play, so I don't know what they can do now. I'm sure all this, but I took screenshots of the game. But these are some of the different avatars, and I would draw them for them. They were just like fan art for that person. So I would draw them their avatar and email it to them so they could print out and have a little drawing of their avatar. Now, I don't think this is all of them, but probably the bulk of them. So, yeah, so I would draw these avatars. There's Gail. That was one of my, no, it wasn't Gail. But anyway, this was Granny. I can't remember all their names right now. She was one of the main, well, anyway, it wouldn't mean anything to you, but so these are the different characters that were the avatars in the game. So I would draw them and send them to them so that they could just have one of their avatars. So there was just a lot of fun. It was a great community. It was, just, I don't know. You had to be there to really appreciate it. But I did find this book in my closet. So I told y'all when I found it, I would show it to you. So I need to put a hashtag in my description with URU so that if anybody played back then, there's still walkthroughs. Here's my avatar. There's still walkthroughs with URU and oh my gosh. Yeah, see, no, we were just like we're fibs here and we do things for each other and we chat, we're involved with each other. That was how it was here. We all were real friends, and so here's some of the, okay, so these were posted in one of the things there. And then here's some of the different these were actually drawings that I did of in-games, and the squirrel had a meaning in the game. And so these were some of the different scenes that were in it, and I drew them and wrote notes about them. I was all in, people. I was all in on this game. I'm telling you. So all my notes and all my these are all the drawings from the game. And so if any of y'all, if you're watching this and you played URU back in 2003, 2004, yeah, let me know. Thank you, Darla, for the super chat. Yay, I'm able to watch you live today. Thanks for all the ideas and techniques you share with us. You are super. Well, thank you, Darla K. And let me write you down. And again, if you send me your address, and I will, this just today, I'll include you guys that super chat me today. I'll include you in the December prints. So I'll send you all out a print that I've already sent out everybody else for December. But, if you haven't got one yet, if you did get one, or if you did super chat me last in December, then I'll wait till January to send you the next one so you don't get a duplicate. So thank you, Darla. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Yeah, not Picola. She's so good about it. And so anyway, yeah, so this is all in-game stuff that I drew. This is just a folder here. Here's my folder. And I have all different kinds of things in here. Some of the drawings that I did for these are photographs of some of the drawings that I did here. And yeah, they're just all in here. Most of these are probably, see, I had a notebook. It was in a notebook. And this was before I didn't have a cell phone. This is all taken with my 35 millimeter camera and printed out. These are. And then here's some more of the drawings of the book stands and the different things from the game. See, this was one of the book stands where you'd go and you traveled. You traveled at these stations, Nexus. You'd travel at these Nexus and you stick your hand in the Nexus and you would it would open up the books and you could travel. You would travel through worlds. Like all these different book stands. And so, yeah, I drew them all. I drew everything. And then here's some of the calligraphy for the language. It has its own language. Yeah, so I found this in the closet when I cleaned out the closet, and I promised y'all I would show it if I ever found it. So that is it. So if ever anybody wants to see more, talk more about it at some point, I will. Because like I said, I got this and all this from the game. This is all screenshots and analyzing the different parts of the game and guilds. And then here's puzzle solving. It's like my own, it's my own walkthrough and stuff. So yeah, I had to show that to you because I finally found it. So, okay, let's move that out of the way for those that might have, like to play games. Oh my gosh. Oh, all right. What am I going to do with it? I will probably, I have all the games downstairs in my library. I will probably make a space in my library for it and the notebook and the games and to keep it all together with the books and anything else that I have down. I didn't bring up everything. I'll try to keep it all together because if I put it back in the closet, it's gonna get lost. Oh no, I didn't make the world. I wasn't in the they were out of Spokane, Washington. The design, the actual makers of the game. And so yeah. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to go run down. I made a pot of coffee right before I came on. So let me go grab a cup of coffee and we'll zoom back in a little. And then I wanted to show you the Commonplace book. The Commonplace book here that I started. Again, you've probably seen just this cover, but I'm turning this into 2021's Commonplace book. So I'll show you what I'm going to do in this. Again, you can combine some of the books that we've talked about, your art, the journaling, the Society of Idea Collectors, but this is more for, information, knowledge, stuff you want to store and keep. And so I'll show you that in a second. All right, let me go run down and get my coffee real quick because I made a pot of coffee. I don't want it to go turn off. Okay. Got my coffee, hot coffee. Let's see what's going on in chat. I don't know if I missed anybody. All right. Again, don't let me forget to read The 1,001 Ways to Be Creative because I bought something to go with it. All right. Stick that right up there. Okay. Okay. Who did you meet online? Some people you play. What game, Elmaris? What game did you play? I missed it because I just got back. Hi, Angie. I don't think I met anybody in person. They would have meetups, and there were people all around the world. Like the girl that's here that played it. I think she's in Germany, I think. And they would have meetups all over the world. Oh, it would be, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I haven't ever played it. I like puzzle games. And I just saw another one of the old URU guys that and missed that I forget his name. It starts with a D. Anyway, he did a walkthrough of Siberia. Did anybody ever play Siberia? That girl that I think there was 3 different games. I only played the first one, but anyway, he's doing the walkthrough for Siberia now. And I'm just watching it because I just like the guy that does it. And it's so funny. He'll disappear for like 2 or 3 years and then he'll come back and do a game. Then you don't see him again for a couple of years. He comes back and does another game. So anyway, all right. So I pulled some washi tape just to have it here. Some of my more recent ones. These are the ones that my daughter in LA sent back with Hubster when he went out there to visit a couple 3 months ago. Anyway, so she sent me back that. And some of my other washi tapes. Here's the space ones too. So I just pulled one little tray of them because y'all know I got tons of washi tape, but I just pulled what I think I might use today. I also pulled this book of quotations. This is a real awesome book. The book of positive quotations. Let me see. This is the second edition. What year did it come out? Let's see. First printing of second edition was October 2007. But, good quotes don't go out of style. So I really, I got this. I really like this. I haven't annotated it very much, but because I have so many books on quotes, I don't use this one so much, but I do like it. Let's see, what else? I'm looking here. Oh, and I also pulled my, this is one of the little books that I made of Francis Bacon quotes. And I really like my Francis Bacon quotes. I said, well, I don't know if I want to do more in this book of Francis Bacon quotes. So I did this little book. This is just a little booklet I did with brown paper bags. And I tried to make it look messy and old and worn. And, you was looking at the Siberia game? Yeah. And you have this book? Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it, Janet? And so this one is just Francis Bacon quotes. And I'll probably use some of them again and transfer them into here just to show y'all some examples. And there's a couple. I love this one. The job of the artist is always to deepen the mystery. And then this one is one of my favorites. Imagination was given to man to compensate him for what he is not, a sense of humor to console him for what he is. And then I just did some collages in this book. And I varnished a couple. They're not all. This one's varnished. This one's varnished. And these other ones are not varnished. But so I pulled that because I pulled the quote book out. And then I just went ahead and wrote down a bunch more, quickly wrote down a bunch more Francis Bacon quotes that I could put in here to show you, how to work this. But yeah, they have a 2021 game of Siberia. Is that what you're talking about, little sister? Yeah. Let me see where's my phone? I should have brought in my iPad because it's bigger to show you on camera, but let's see. Just so you can see the cover and so you know what it looks like. I played it back in the day. I have not played it since. There's 3. Here it is. I think this is the first one. It came out in 2000 and 2 first time for PlayStation 2 and then Xbox. So this is what it, let me try to get the picture. This is what the first game looked like right there. I mean, y'all are gonna think it's so old school now. I mean, point and click, and it's like it's old school, compared to now, you know. But anyway, so I just enjoy watching people do the walkthroughs and stuff. Like I said, on Steam, I would watch Abduction, and there's another one that I watch, and I would watch them play the whole game, hours. But I didn't have to play it. Not that I minded buying it, but I didn't want to play it. So anyway, so I got some of the quotes here. All right, so this is just a notebook, 3-ring binder. Is it a 2-inch, 2.5-inch thickness? And what I'm using in it is Annie Mame sent me that book on, there's other things in here now at the beginning too, but the Tracy Guild book of patterns. So this much of this book here is patterns. And then this about another third of the book is her book of color. So I bought the book of color, which I think that book is all matte paper. The pattern book is some shiny, some matte. And then at the back here, about this much of it is my own papers that I liked, or different things that I like to include in it. So this is going to be my Commonplace book for 2021. And, you can use it for a lot of different things. But I think originally the first Commonplace books were used to accumulate knowledge that you would come across every day. And I did write that. Let's see, where's my quotes here? I did write this one down. This is one of the ones I did in this book. And this is Francis Bacon quotes. Write down the thoughts of the moment. Those that come unsought for are commonly the most valuable. So I wrote down a whole bunch of them. I can read them all to you, or we can put some of them in the book. And there was another one, though, on collecting knowledge. But anyway, so you would keep your information that you didn't want to forget. You didn't have to write down volumes. You would make a synopsis of a book. If you read a book, it could be like your your own book reviews. It could be, and I have my I have this. I have my traveler's notebook with all different inserts for different things. This, so, different topics like books read, notes taken on something like on history or whatever, I have this as well. This would be more portable. And plus I can take any book out. If I want to work in it or write in it, I can take any one book out. This I'm doing more for decorative collecting as well, because I know we all like to do our art journaling. So you could do this in conjunction with your art journaling. You could do it along with your Society of Ideal Collectors. Although, again, I have another 3-ring binder just for Society of Ideal Collectors. So with mind mapping list and all that's in another book. But sip of coffee. Oh, really? On Francis Bacon yesterday? Oh, I missed that. History Channel did a story on Francis Bacon yesterday. I didn't see it. I didn't even know it was on. But I go look at it, because I can do what do you call it, where you can go and see all the shows whenever. Let's see. So this is not really portable, right? Especially as thick as I get these books. This is not a portable book. Let me move this palette out of the way here. I move things around. And Denise was here. And again, if y'all just got here and you didn't hear me say, I cleaned out 10 bags of stuff and threw away. And I was telling Janet, a lot of it's old, doodles and little art and little, and plus all my old sketchbooks, drawing books, portfolios. I went through and I was brutal. I kept really what I wanted, what I liked, and I threw away 10 bags of stuff. So that made more room in here for me to move some of the stuff I have back into the closet that I still use, but I don't use it every day. So it doesn't have to be here in my open space. But I still need it, like I have a big bin of Project Life cards. Well, I don't use them every day, but I do keep a stack out because this is what I'll write little, like when I sent out y'all's prints, I wrote Happy New Year on these and stuck one in the back of all the prints. So I use these. I just don't use them like I used to use them, but I don't want to throw them away because I use them. So the bulk of those could go in the closet. And so I did organize really well. Hi, Donna, Leo's grandma. Who else am I missing? So I already had this cover done. I did go ahead and write 2021 on here, and I wrote everything. I had Commonplace book 1, but I hadn't started in this one yet. So now I did. So I just have a pretty paper in here. This is just a piece of a gold trim that I got, I think at Hobby Lobby. And I liked it. I just decorated that up. And then this is just one of those Smashbook bands. And it does have a slots for your pens or pencils. But this, when I'm not working in it, the whole band goes over the whole thing to keep the whole thing shut like that. So you can see how much I've got in here. So this is what I plan to do for the year to work in 2021. It won't be the only thing. Like I have my travelers over there, other things. Oh, good, Linda. You finally got a book for the Society Idea Collector. What did you get? What kind of book? Did you use a traveler's? Do you use a composition book? Composition books are awesome, people. I'm telling you. And if y'all, speaking of books and making a book or a composition book, if you did not know about Janet's scavenger hunt, Janet, if you want to put the link to your Google Doc in there, in the chat so that everybody can do the scavenger hunt if they want to. And you have to collect 100 things. Janet made it so that it's things in your house because she knows a lot of people, can't get out. So you have to collect 100 things in your book. And then it can just be a composition book. It could be anything, but you got to have some place to collect it, right? So a composition book is easy. And once you collect your 100 things, you let Janet know. And she might say, well, show me what you got on this item. And she'll just confirm that you did it. Not that y'all aren't honest, but anybody that completed it by April 1st, you have to have it done by April 1st. So everybody, you got 3 months to do the scavenger hunt. And then you get it done by April 1st. And then she puts your name in a random drawing for all those that finished it. And she's going to give out a prize. So, yeah. So, Linda, what kind of book are you using for your Society of Idea Collectors? I'm always interested in what people use to collect their ideas. Oh, thank you, Pacola. Pacola put in the link right there. Snapping turtle, girl. Snapping turtle. You got a TN? Okay, yeah, TNs are so awesome because they're versatile, they're portable, you can move them in and out, you can switch covers, and that's why I like a 3-ring binder too, because things can be moved around, which is what I'm doing with these books. So I have 2 books in here by Trisha Guild. This first one is what Annie Mame sent me on Trisha Guild's her pattern book. So that's this book. Let me put a Post-it note here because I'm going to keep going back to this one. And I did show this book a couple weeks ago when I got it. And I bought the Trisha Guild paint box, which is, how many pages here? It goes to, let me put another Post-it note in here. It goes to right here. So then this is another one of her books. So what I did is I cut them out of the hardback. I cut them out and punched holes in them And I do have one of those screw punch hole punchers. I didn't hand punch every one of these, just saying. I didn't have to hand punch it. I got one of those screw punch. Here, let me show you. Oh, and I got to show you this too. I know, so I don't think John, a sister woman's here, but because because I cleaned out, here's my I lost one of the handles here, but I can always just move it over here if I want 3, but I just do 2 at a time. So make sure that it punches perfect evenly so that it'll fit. But anyway, this is a screw punch, and you just put your stack of papers, like you can put like a big wad, like maybe this many. You put a big wad of paper in there, and you just twist this, and it punches the holes. And you can also get individual ones. You can get a one little screw punch thing, so you can punch holes. So anyway, I was saying last week how I couldn't get into my tool cabinet, like where my Dremel is and stuff that I don't really use that much, but it's a tool cabinet with Dremel and screwdrivers and stuff, which I have others. I have duplicates in the garage. These were my craft tools. But anyway, that sister woman, Jonna, had got a slides. She'd bought slides and found some of her family slides, and she didn't have a way to view it, except then I think she finally got a big viewer. But she didn't have a way to view it individually. Well, I came across some of my old slides, and I told her, I said, when I can get in that cabinet, I know I have one of those little portable viewfinders, and I think it's yellow. Well, I had mistaken thinking that the viewfinder was yellow because of this, but it was actually black. So it doesn't work. I don't know how to check it for batteries. I'm not sure. But what you do is you put a slide in here. Let me show you. It doesn't work. So, and I told her I didn't think it worked. This thing is like probably 25 or 30 years old, probably 30 years old. It's probably 30 years old. I don't know if there's a copyright date on there. I don't know. There's some dates on there. I can't see. It has a patent date on it, but I don't see it. But anyway, and you would put your slide in here, and you just push the slide down, and it would light up, and you could see what was on it. But it doesn't work. So I don't know if she still wants it since it doesn't work. And I don't know if there's batteries in it, because I never had to change any batteries or what it is. I'm not even sure how to take it apart. But anyway, so Denise and I did look it up online, and you can buy these for like, I don't know, $25 on Amazon. But I wanted to send her this if it worked, but I don't know if she wants it now that it doesn't, since it's confirmed it doesn't work. But this is what we were talking about. So if she wants it, I'll send it to her, but you know. Okay, so what else do I have updating on? Sorry, I kept bumping the table here. When I bump the table, it moves the computer, and the computer moves the cord. So I try not to bump the table. Let's see. I couldn't find how to open it up though, Juanita. I'm sure there's a way, but I didn't mess with it a whole lot. But I couldn't find a way to pull it apart. There's no screws. There's no, I don't know. I couldn't figure out how to open it up. So anyway, okay, so I got 2 books here. Now I already showed you this one, and I'm going to I'll kind of flip through it a little bit because I've done started a couple pages in here. So what I like to do in a book like this is either tab it on the side or tab it on the top. Tab it so that you can find the information or the quote or whatever it is that you put in here, so you can find it again. You can also do a table of contents if you want to number your pages. But the thing is about a book like this, you know, the pages are numbered from the book, but they're going to be all mixed up. Like if I like this page right here and I want to do something with this page, I'll just take this page out, move it up to the front, because I'm not using this book as a book. I'm using it as more as the paper for the book, right? Okay, I'll look for it later, Sister Cheryl. Thank you. So I'm using this more as a background, right? And so some places have room to write, but I'll cover things up. Like, let's just start right here for a minute. Like, let me just go here. Let me see what this, maybe these 2 colors. So I might, not want the text. So what I'll do is I will just cover the text up with some washi tape. Then I have room to write. Then I have room to write. And plus you can just cover things up. Turn the light down. Plus, you can just cover things up with well, I'll just use a post-it note, but I probably wouldn't use a post-it note. I would use, other pieces of paper that are prettier, or a little drawings or decorative or whatever. But you can write your stuff on it and then put your note, your information on other pieces of paper. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to write on the page itself. You can write on other pieces of paper, cut it out, or layer it, or tip-ins, or flaps, or you can do whatever you want, right? Whatever, kind of decorations and things that you like to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some few pieces of, I think I'll go all the way to the edge here on this one. Where'd I put those scissors? Oh, here they are. And then just trim it down. So, and take your time. I'm going to go a little fast because I try to get as much information and samples and things that I can while I'm, streaming. But anyway, so you can layer it up and do washi tapes, and maybe I'll do a little bit of the blue up here too. And so, you just make it pretty, and then you can put your information in it and keep it. Again, you can use it for quotes. You can use it for book reviews, which I have other things where I do book reviews and other, note taking and annotation and stuff like that. But I'm going to just kind of show you this so that you know some of the options that you can do with a Commonplace book. All right, so there's the word mood boards right there. I'm going to leave the word mood board. I just like it, so I'm going to leave it. But the idea is to, make it fun, pretty, enjoyable to work in, enjoyable to write in, and put things in. You can just make it your own. I'm not going to show you everything that could possibly be put in here. So, write your own ideas down. Let's see. Okay, so Jane just did one with the Daphne Diary magazine. I ripped out the nice paper and using those for my background pages in the scavenger hunt. Yeah, see? So most of the time I use that for collage fodder, Jane, but I do have some in here in the back that might have a couple pages. Like, all right, here's some of the Somerset Studio. These are the Somerset Studio cardstock pages that are in some of my Somerset Studios that I deconstructed. So I have a few of those in here. So I think this right here, what was this? This one might have been from a Flow magazine. This was from the Calm magazine, this one right here. So, just whatever. You can use, if you have tons, like me, tons of scrapbook paper, cardstock, and pretty scrapbook papers. We'll cut them down, 8 by, what is it, 8.5 by 10? What is the standard size? 8.5 by 11? 8.5 by 11? Is that the standard size? Anyway, I cut these down. The book that, the first book of patterns had to be trimmed down, like maybe a half inch off the top and maybe a half inch off the side. This book, the second book, I don't think I had to trim it. I just had to punch it. The book of color patterns. So, but make it your own. Take if you like. Y'all know I love my abandoned books, and I collage in those. This one I don't really want to paint in. I don't want to really collage in. Not saying that I never will, but I really wanted this to be more information. 8.5 by 11. Thanks, Jane. I couldn't remember it was 8 by 10 or 8.5 by 11. Okay, so Janet's going to show her progress each money during the year. Oh, okay. From your scavenger hunt, Janet? So again, don't forget, Jim's hosting that scavenger hunt for 3 months. You have 3 months to collect the 100 things, and Pacoa or Janet can put the link in again whenever they want. So just something like this. I could put another quote here, or I could write right over this because with the pen, like where is it? Where's mine? Here. Just one of these brush lettering pens where I can write, it's got that plastic nib. It's not really a brush, it's like a plastic nib. And this is one of the ones from Jet Pens, one of the Japanese ones, but they also have the same type of pen. And I think it's called, in the microns have a plastic nib. I think it's a PN. I think it stands for plastic nib. I don't remember, but it has a P something on it. The microns, and it has the same kind of tip so that you can do smaller brush lettering, and which I did one in here to show you. I need to prop this up just a little because there's a glare. Let me prop it up on my washi tape box right here. There we go, just to get rid of the glare. If y'all have any questions or comments or what you guys are doing for your 2021 idea collecting, or are you just like Janet has her beast where she does drawings and note taking and diary keeping and all that in one of her Miguel, what is it again? Miguel something book. And she had decided she's going to continue doing that book, Miguel I'll forget. Anyway, she can put it in there. Pen, plastic nib. Yeah, they are nice. This is the Japanese. I know I have one, but it's a micron. It looks just like your regular microns, like like a micron looks like this. Let me pull one up here. It has a micron like this. This one's called a brush. Is that the same? No, this is a brush one, but it looks like a micron like this, right? But it has PN on it, and it's like it stands for plastic nib, and it's just like this. So you can do small brush lettering with it. Miguel Ruiz, Ruiz. Yeah. So that's what, or is it Ruis? It's either S or Z. But anyway, you can get them at, or you used to get them at Barnes and Noble, and they're only like $10. And I don't know if you can still get them in store, or if you'd have to order them. Did you get it off of Amazon, the new one, Janet, or do you just have a stash? Janet probably already had a stash of them, so she didn't have to buy her a new one. Okay, so Sherry, let me get these emails popping up. Sherry said, I started a journal with motivational quotes. It's not fancy or arty, but it's really meaningful to me. Exactly. So that's like, your own commonplace book. It's any kind of things you're reading. You could make, your book reviews to yourself, your, write, and you could put blank papers in between. It doesn't, this is just kind of, for me, it's kind of quick and easy stuff. If I'm doing a more in-depth something like a book, my personal book review, it's going to be, I have another book for that. But you're going to need more paper, or you're going to have to, just going to have more space. So, you can put in a piece of white cardstock or a piece of color cardstock and do your writing on it. So there's just whatever you like, whatever works for you. Make it personal, make it fun, make it your own. Oh, let's see. Kara said, I'm using that micron pen nib at the moment. Was driving me crazy not knowing what it stood for. Okay, yeah, I think it stands for plastic nib. I'm pretty sure. Because it's a plastic tip. But you can do that brush. You can do brush lettering with small brush lettering, which I've got one or two things written in here. But so let me real quick, though, show you, before I go back to that, let me go to kind of show you this book. So this one is the Trisha Guild Paint Box. I already showed you, but I'll probably flip through it again. The Trisha Guild Patterns. She's got all kinds of books, guys. There's tons of them. Now, this one came from a third-party seller. I ordered it off Amazon, And you know, the mail's slow these days. It took like 2.5 weeks to get to me, but you know, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, and it was a third party seller, so it takes even a little longer. But you know, I don't know what it is about the mail. I mean, well, I do know. I'm sure a lot of it had to do with the virus, you know, and everybody mailing all their gifts, plus all the, you know, political postcards and all that. I mean, somebody could make a junk journal that thick with just one household that got that. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of it kind of, you know, got the post office backed up, if you will. Lynette said, "What is the difference between a commonplace book and Society Idea Collector notebook?" Well, in a commonplace book, this to me is more about collecting knowledge, quotes, book information you've read, nature information. Like if you know you did a study on a certain kind of acorn or trees or bees, you know, like I've done that too. And you know, it's more of accumulation of knowledge, where to me a society of idea collector is more list making, list combinations, recombining, mind mapping. It's more note taking. It's more notes than knowledge. I mean, it's still knowledge, but it's more that type of thing. List and mind maps and maybe some doodles or sketches, and you know, just your quick ideas, writing down those inspirations, or something comes to you, you write it down, maybe you even write it on a post-it note and slap it into your society of idea collector. A commonplace book is more, I don't want to say meditative, but it's more thoughtful, more in depth. Now, again, I do have other notebooks for more in-depth things like archaeology, ancient history, that kind of thing, but it could be combined into this kind of thing, depending on how much you do, how much studying, how much reading, how much note-taking, how much you do. Hi, Rebecca, my new friends. I'm so glad to be here. Cloud9 today. Oh, well, good to have you. Friend took me on Christmas gift spree to Hobby Lobby, and I scored the mother load. Oh, awesome. Well, do you make videos, Rebecca? I can't remember. I think you have an IG. You need to post pictures, because, you know, it didn't happen if we don't see pictures or a video. Hi, Sherry. Let's see. Lynette said, okay, that makes sense. I did a section of my society. I did a notebook for quotes. Yeah, I do. I have that as well. I have quotes practically in every book. I have. I want to use in art journaling, so a list of quotes. Yeah. So, and again, you can make dividers and tabs. I just put this together over the last 2 days, because I've also been doing the clean out. You know, Denise came here on Monday. If y'all weren't here on Monday, my daughter came down for a few hours, but she was working online and answering phone calls and stuff like that while I was cleaning out the closet. Which it was still company, you know, it was company to have somebody here and talk to in between, you know, it was nice to have her visit, just her. And so I did get 10 bags of stuff cleaned out of that closet. So, yeah. So there's no, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Rebecca. Well, we're glad to have you here. Glad to have you here, and hope that helps you heal. Okay. No, not you. I could never talk publicly. I'm not sure then who you mean you lost. I didn't, you know, I don't see all the chat. Okay. So, let me go ahead and flip through this book. Again, this one is called the Trisha Guild Paint Box. 45 palettes. Got glue on my finger. 45 palettes for choosing color, texture, and pattern. And and these are all, you know, they're pretty heavy weight. It's not maybe 65 weight, 65 weight. and they're all matte. So this whole book is matte paper, which I like. And again, I'll probably put, like maybe a blue paper over this to write on. I haven't done all that yet. I've just so far put it together, right? But I wanted to kind of show it to you. I don't think I've put anything in this section yet, but here's what I like about a book like this. I don't keep it like a book. So for instance, let's just say I like this piece of paper, okay, or this page of the book. And I know this is going to be OCD to some of you. Hi, sister woman. Did you see, were you here a minute ago? I showed that viewfinder that doesn't work. I did get it out of my cabinet, the viewfinder. I got it out of the cabinet, but it doesn't work. So, but let me just show you in case you didn't see it. This is what it looks like. And so I don't know. I can't figure out how to open it. I don't know if you need a new light bulb, but Denise and I looked them up and they're like $25 on Amazon, but you just put the slide in here and you push it down and it lights up and you can see it, right? You see the slide, but this is what it looks like. So, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So, and, it's like 30 years old. Those slides of some of my old artwork, that's what those slides are. Some of my old artwork back in, before cell phones and all that. Take your own pictures. And yeah, those slides are like 30 years old. You have one of those, Big Jerk? Okay. So anyway, yeah, they're awesome. So Preppy Crafty Girl Jonna came across some of her old family slides. And I think she also gets them at flea markets. And okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Well, I finally got rid of all my portfolios that were blocking that cabinet. Now it's in the closet. So it's cleaned out a lot. Okay. So for instance, like this paper right here, I might like this paper for something I'm working on. I'll just move it. I'll just move it up. Well, I don't want to show you all that yet. That was where I'm working. I'll just move it over to another page. I'll do something on this. So I'll leave it out, but I'll just move it over to another spot if I want to. So it's not like committed to this book. It's just a piece of paper, right? Now it's just a piece of paper. You got it from your grandfather? He's a big shutterbug. Yeah. And so I used to have, hi, Ray, how's it going? Hi, Arlene. Good to see you guys. Ray said, I got one of those up in the attic. Yeah, well, see, it was in my tool cabinet with my Dremel and some of my other stuff that I couldn't get to that cabinet because it was blocked by this much art portfolios. So I got all that art and plus all the art that was under a table, like all under a table. I had all this art and I went through it. I literally threw away 10 bags of stuff, guys. And I'm not going to tell you all the stuff I threw away because you're going to go, oh no, but I did. I threw away a lot of stuff that I know I just got rid of stuff. So, okay, Kalura, have a good day. Thanks for stopping in. You too. Have a good one. So anyway, yeah, hi, Arlene and Ray, Peggy, anybody else I missed? Yeah, thanks for stopping in. There's Arlene. And so anyway, I'll move things around. So let me just keep flipping through here. So again, this book is all about color combinations. Let me tell you guys where, if you don't know how or don't know where, or I'm sure you do, there's probably tons on Pinterest as well. But the best place that has the most awesome color combinations with photographs that coordinate is design-seeds.com. Design-seeds, and Picola or somebody can put a direct link, but that's all you need. And I think they're still doing it every day. I haven't checked it lately, but there for a while they're putting a new color combination, I think of 6 colors, a 6-color combination every day on their website. And it was like 6 colors with a photograph. And it shows you the different colors that were used in that. Hi, Ashley. And let me get a sip of my coffee before it goes cold. And it gives you awesome Oh, well, I threw it away, Jane. It gave you all kinds of gives you all kinds of color combinations. Well, this kind of reminds me of that, and so she gives you different color combinations and then a setting with those colors in it. So what I think I would like to do with this is I will cover up the text. I'm not going to paint it out like I do in my abandoned books, my abandoned places books. I'll just cover this up with paper, kind of like a smash book kind of thing, but a smash book of commonplace knowledge that you collect, throughout the day. See? And I'm going to read a few of my quotes, and I might do a couple just to kind of show you. But the book is a couple hundred pages thick. And all I did was cut it down just a little bit and punch holes and put it in a 3-ring binder. So all these are like now become backgrounds for writing and idea. I don't want to say society of idea collecting, but whatever information you want to collect. And so you see how pretty it is, and it's just awesome. So I don't want to go through every single page. I'll kind of do a flip here just so you can kind of see. And there's just so many different color combinations that, there's something in here that everybody would like, color combinations. And again, there's quite a few pages of it. And this book was all matte paper. Then I have here, this is just some other papers that I'd come across, scrapbook papers, or like this was a cover off of a Com magazine, and I just like that look, so I put that in there. There's a scrapbook paper, there's matte paper, there's some papers that are like these papers that are swatched, look like paint chips, and I have a bunch of those. And then again, I have a few, not too many, maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 pages from the different Somerset Studio pages that come in the magazine. So I put some of those in there. And so that's also in this book. Let's see, who am I missing? Hi, Terry L. Barb, Chicken Pot Pie Society. Who else am I missing? Scoobs. I might have said hi to already. Oh, there she is. Yeah, there she is. So Scoobs. So anyway, so that is this much of this punched paper right there. That's that whole book. And then again, Annie Mayman sent me this book of patterns. This is a whole book. This book is half shiny paper, half matte paper. But again, I can just put, write on other pieces of paper, and just, tape it, washi tape it in, glue it in, cover up the text or add whatever I want. So I did do a flip of this a couple weeks ago, I think. So thanks, Annie Mae, because she's the one that I got the idea to use it as a commonplace book from this book. So let me go back and I'll show you what I got. I just started, like I said, just started it yesterday. I'd already had this little cover made. And all it is a piece of cardstock with a leaf stencil and some paint, some craft paint sponged on the white cardstock. And then this right here is stickers, Commonplace, and I just wrote everything. And then this is book 1 for 2021. I don't know. I did start a book 2, but I probably won't work in 2 at once. But I do have 2 Commonplace books right now. And then this is just a little quote, or the definition of create was in, I don't know, a scrapbook paper or something. It says creative, and then there's a definition of create, and I just put that on there. And I can continuously add things on here. Again, it's just a 3-ring binder, some scrapbook paper. Or no, I think this is maybe a flow book of paper or something that's in there. And then I just glued on some of this gold trim because it was pretty, and it's just a book, that's all. So let me show you what I have in here so far. If you do collect quotes or if you, let's just say you have a section. I did pull this book out, the book of positive quotations. So if you have a section where here's yesterday, the past, well, if you collect quotes or something on that topic, you want to tab it and at least have some kind of index, if not in the front, then in the back. It's easier if you want to go back to find something. You can also date the pages that you add things into your Commonplace book. You can, it's easier though if you tab them. So I've done a couple things here where I've just put some little tabs. You can write on the tabs itself or write under the tab. As long as you got something sticking out where you can find it, you can write it right on the page here, or you can make it like a regular tab where it's written on the tab. But you want to be able to find the stuff if you want to ever go back and find your quotes on a certain topic, or on a certain like my Francis Bacon quotes here, and then I got some in here, and I got them in I don't know where else I have them, but so you want to be able to tab it for Francis Bacon, or if they're all over the place, if it's under a topic, let's just say, well, I have one on writing. And so if you want, then you want to put a tab there and write, writing, journal keeping, or whatever you want. And again, the one that I did, that I wrote down here, I'll read it here, but I did write it out. Write down the thoughts of the moment. Those that come unsought for are commonly the most valuable. And you'd think that just is obvious, but that's why I always say at least keep Post-it notes handy so that you can write down. I have them by my bed. I have them all, I have Post-it notes everywhere. I have all right along under my, they're not my passwords. If y'all were here with Denise and me on Monday, they're not my passwords, but I have all kinds of little notes, like to remind myself, to tell you guys to set your little wheel to 1080p, 720 or 1080p, because if YouTube knocks you back, the stream will look fuzzy to you because something happened, you got a glitch, and now you're knocked back to 144 and your video's really fuzzy and you don't know why. Well, I always try to, at least once every couple of streams, remind you guys to set your little wheel at 720 or 1080p. I also try to remind you guys to click the live chat above your chat window, because if you have it set at top chat, you are not seeing all the chat. Okay, you're not seeing all the chat if you don't have live chat. So those are the kind of things that I have, little notes. And then I have thoughts are seeds. You choose what to grow. And I think that's on one of these pages that I stuck in here too. But that's another one that would be good. If I find a spot to write it in, I'll rewrite that one too. So this is the only page that I have a cover on. And that's just more to protect the book, the bulk of the book itself, to have a, plastic on the first page like that. So these two are out of Somerset Studio magazines. Or I think they're both out of Somerset, or the art journaling. And so I just put those on here. This right here, I put some trim. So you can do all kinds of things. You can do whatever you want. Am I still, let me do a test in chat. Is my chat moving? There it goes. Okay, thanks, Cheryl. Somebody said something and my chat was kind of froze for a second. So you can decorate it. I put some washi tape around this edge. I put this trim, which is, let me show you here, this right here, this stuff. And it is a little pain to glue this down, because you really have to glue down every single leaf. So it can be a little annoying to do that, but it looks so pretty. And again, I've only been working in this book for 2 days because I've been doing the clean out here. And so you can use this as partially a Commonplace book. You could have half of it a Commonplace knowledge gathering and half of it your Society of Idea Collecting list and mind mapping. It's just that my Society of Idea Collecting books are more messy. their notes or mind maps or lists, their combinations. I'll have, let me just get a sketch. I got a couple other sketchbooks here that I'm working in. So, these are my, these can be my temporary uh, idea collecting, and then whatever I might come do in here, because there's going to be lists and all kinds of things in this book. But see how messy it is? It's just all kinds of it's just all kinds of stuff gathered, and swatches and doodles and stuff like this, which is fine. This is great for a Society of Idea Collecting book, and that's what it should be. It's not supposed to be precious. It's supposed to be just whatever occurs to you. If you have an idea in the middle of the night, you write it down here. You want to keep it, just stick your Post-it note in there, whatever. So this is really a hot mess of ideas, but I love it. And you're never stuck for ideas if you keep books like this. But this one, I wanted it to be more formal, a little neater, a little more decorative, and a little bit more, nicer, I guess, is just that's what, so this is just a little bit nicer version of Society of Idea Collecting. But a Commonplace book is like where you can keep, Society of Hot Mess, exactly, some big jerk. So this one I just thought, because the papers are pretty, and I just thought this would be something more meditative. So while I'm thinking about what I'm writing down, I'm contemplating it, or if I get more ideas based off of while I'm writing, I'll write that on a Post-it note, and that will go in the other book. Okay, so as you can see, so I decorated this up. I put a little tab here. It says grow. Just again, I just started this yesterday. Okay, so I covered up her name here, and I kept the word pattern. Here's some more washi tape here, washi tape here. But again, some of the pages are shiny and some are matte in this first book. But it doesn't matter to me, because if it's a shiny paper that you really can't write on, you might do some doodles on here with a permanent, like a Sharpie, or a permanent, what's the one that's permanent? Not the Micron, the other one. What's the other one? The Faber-Castell. Faber-Castell might, work on here. But you don't want anything, if you're writing on shiny, you don't want it to smear. You don't want to just, be able to smear it right off, So again, I'm just going to kind of flip through a couple pages here. Here's the contents. And here you can see where I had to cut down the page just a little bit. I cut the top down a little, and I cut the side where I cut the book apart. I also trimmed it with my paper trimmer. So I love this work in progress. I will leave that. I like that there, but that doesn't mean I can't put other things on top, right? So I'm just going to flip through to the point where I did some stuff in here. I only did a couple things. Because I just started it. But look at this. See, now here's an example. This is from the other book, right? This is from the book of color. Well, look, I think that would look nice next to it. Now, I don't know. But what's nice about a 3-ring binder is you can move things around. You can move the pages around. That's what I like about it. So, and also the other thing, not only can you move things around, but I never feel compelled to go front to back. If in some kind of a book like this where I'm collecting information or quotes or knowledge or book reviews, I'll go anywhere I want in the book, and I'll tab it. So there might be a tab here, there might be a tab way in the back, and then nothing in between for a while. So you don't feel compelled to work front to back unless you just cannot not do that. But you could tab it anywhere you want. Now, again, I just put these here to divide the different books that I have in here. But you can work in it any place you want. And then just as long as you have a tab so you can find it, right? You want to be able to find your information. So again, I'm just going to keep flipping till I get to the part where I put something in. As you can see, I didn't start the front other than the cover. And then the second sheet page, I did have some washi tape. But I haven't worked in any of this part yet. Hi, Ray. Okay, so now I think I'm almost to it. Here's the tab. But isn't it just stunning, the book itself? Okay, so here's the first thing I did. And I'm going to put anything to do with beautiful and truth. So I have the little tab here. It says truth. And then this is stickers right here that says beautiful. And I stuck those down. And then again, this is some more of that little leaf trim right there. And then this is another one of those of this part of this. Now, one of the things that that's a benefit of having a 3-ring binder is you can take a page out and work in it. So for instance, if this was not in a 3-ring binder, if I had put this in and I wanted to write on this page, it's going to be bumpy and lumpy, right? Because of this. Well, I don't have to worry about that because I can take the pages out and work on them and put them back in. This one, Rebecca, is from what's her name? I keep forgetting her name. Trisha Guild. This is the Trisha Guild pattern book, and the book itself is a pink cover. Annie Mame sent this to me, and I did take out. There are papers that were in this book. Let me grab them here. They're sitting right here. I did take out the vellum pages, and I have not put them back in yet. I don't know if I will or if I'll use these vellum pages. These vellum pages were in this book too, but I did not put them back in because I might want to use these for something else. But just, you can see all the different vellum papers that were in this book. These were all in that book too, but I didn't cut these down and put them in here. I don't mind. See, I will deconstruct and reconstruct things in a second. So anyway, so I thought that this might have, and I put this little trim here too. This little rose bud trim on there. It's real flat. It's a flat rose, but I left the little tool that it's sewn on. I left that sticking up on the back there. I don't know if you can see that, but I left that sticking up just because it gives it some more texture. And the other thing that I like to do, and I've done it in a lot of my other notebooks, is do the rag flags, which is just a paper clip with ribbons. Let me show you. I got a bunch of them. And you can use different sizes of paper clips. Most of these are smaller ones that I have made, but this is a bucket of, this is all paper clips and rag flags. So like, let me pick one out. All right, so here, so like this. So here's a pink paper clip and some pretty ribbon. So I think that just might be pretty on there. So I'll just stick that on there. So also it helps to be a tab for whatever it is you want to tab. So you can do this kind of thing throughout your book. There's just different ones, like, I don't want to put too many right now because I don't have them worked on yet. Maybe I'll put one on there. But anyway, so I just have a bucket of paper clips and pieces of ribbon and fabric that I just tie I call them rag flags because they're flags, right? Paperclip flag. Okay, so let's see if we got any questions or anything yet. Okay, thank you, Pacola. There's a link to the Trisha Guild pattern book, which is the first one here that I'm working in. Again, I have 2 of her books in this book. And I'm going to be honest, this one is prettiest. This one is prettier than the painted one, the paint chip one. But what I like about the paint chip one, the whole book is matte. And but these are pretty pages too. So I mean, even the shiny ones. So hi, Kathy Bird. Anybody else I missed? Hi, Peggy. All right. So again, this is just some stickers, some little trim, some trim. And then what I'll do is I'll either write it on another little piece of paper, a piece of parchment. I could write it right here. So I did write in the book on another page here. In just a minute, you'll get to it. So, and it's tabbed, so I know where it's coming. It's coming up here in a minute. But look how pretty this is. So if you don't want that right there, let me see. I mean, I'm not going to put this again, but I'll just show you for an example. So like, look, there's this kind of trim. You can do this. I could cover this up with some, black paper and write in a white gel pen. And this is that other trim here. So, you can put a little piece, just a little something right there. Just a little piece, just to kind of, use the color inspiration. Use the color inspiration of the pages. If you want, you can cover everything up if you want. You just bought 3 ring by. Oh, trust me. Let me look through my room here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hang on. 13, 14, 15. I have somewhere about 16 to 20. No, there's 2 more. I probably have 20 3-ring binders, and that's not including my 5 big, huge binders of ATC, artist trading cards. If I include that, then you got to add 5 more huge binders. So I have at least 20 binders in here, at least 20 binders, not including the ATC ones. Hang on, guys. Let me get a sip of coffee. My coffee's cold. Okay, so let me just keep rolling here. Bye, Leo's grandma. Thanks for stopping in. So just over the years, I just like 3-ring binders. I love my art journals too. And y'all know I'll deconstruct them in a minute. But 3-ring binders are so versatile because you can move things around. Okay, I had to get a sip of juice too. All right, so here's the tab that I put on this one, and I did put some gold on this side. So here's where I wrote a quote. So the topic is write. So anything to do with writing, I can put in this section. It can take up as much as I want, however much I want to put quotes on writing. So the quote that I just read you, here's where I wrote it down, just write directly on the paper. Now, you got to be kind of brave if you're going to do that. But of course, if you mess it up and you don't like it, all you have to do is just cover it up with something else and start over, because it's going to be kind of the smash book type thing where you can just keep putting stuff in. So, but there's the Francis Bacon quote on writing. Write down the thoughts of the moment. Those that come unsought for are commonly the most valuable. So, and again, I could put other things here and stickers and washi tapes and, which, I've been doing and showing you guys. So, and I think that's all I've got done in here because, again, I just started this yesterday. So, but I did do a flip of this book a couple weeks ago when Annie Mame sent it to me. But look, and then you got your, you got your other sticker books. Like, let me grab these 2. So the antiquarian sticker book, which this one has like a lot of Victorian vintage type stickers in it. And you can see I've used quite a bit out of this one. And then there's this one, which is the Botanist Sticker Anthology. And this one is stunning, guys. This one is just all beautiful florals. But I pulled this one to show you that, you can add things to it. You can cover things up with stickers. You can, if I put the paper, covered this up with just, even if you left this showing, like, let me get a sample here. Let's just say, I would do it a little wider, but, just to show you. You could just write something on here. You could decorate the border. And I got to show you, I've been working also in this book. So You could decorate the border here with just some little flowers, some little leaves. Cut this down to here. Hang on. This is heavy cardstock. I would use paper. I'd use something a little thinner, but just to show you. So you could, even leave this showing. I like the way that looks. So you could leave all this showing, and you could either tape it in with some washi tape, or you could just glue it in and do a little doodly border here. And then, and you could have some stickers or whatever, It's just all the supplies that you have, you can use them in a book like this. And then you could write down, like, let's just say you got a garden. You want to keep track of all, like Juanita, she probably has 1,000 kinds of garden vegetables and things that, she needs to keep track of the types of things she grows. You could just make your list right here, just the list. You don't have to have all the information on that. That could be for another page. This could be a little contents of all the different things that she's growing, and she could go around it and, do a little, border. So all that new stuff you have, Juanita, of mixed media stuff you have. So you need to do something like this. So then you can, just write it all out here and just, tape that in. And you could put your little seed packets in here. And if you're big into gardening, like say Juanita is, then she'd probably have a page on every single type of fruit, vegetable, flower that she grows. And she could have the seed packet on the page. She could write all her notes, when she started it, how long it took to grow, when was the first harvest. Of course, she may have her own little notebook for that too. I don't know. See, she has a garden journal. See, there you go. And so you could, be very specific on that, but it could be anything. It could be anything. Try to refresh little sister. I don't know if anybody else is having a lag. I have no indication that anything's wrong here. So, let's see. Okay, so Arlene says her garden journal is her favorite one. So yeah, so you can do that. You can keep it in this kind of binder, or have your own binder just for that. But my point is a book like this, you can use. Looky here. Where'd that go? Where'd it go? Is it right there? Yeah. So you can do this kind of thing and just cover up the text. And you could washi tape over this, and then just cover up the text with another card or piece of paper. It could be a tip in, it could be glued in. It doesn't have to be white. It could be orange. It could be yellow. I just pulled this just to show you. So you can do, what I like about something like this is you can leave some of the text showing, and that just is a cool effect, So, yeah. And again, your quotes, any of your knowledge that you want to keep, any of your knowledge you want to keep. And again, I'll keep this more as pretty, quotes, and keep it neat compared to, again, let me pull this out. This is one of my current ones. I'm working in 2 different books right now as far as, keeping stuff in it. But look, see, this is just list and mind maps and ideas and story ideas and, all this, it's just, but it's not neat, and it's not supposed to be neat. And if you try to make this neat, it's going to stifle you. So you need at least one book that just you collect stuff in it, and it doesn't have to be pretty and neat. Then you can have a book like this where you can have it very neat, and your book reviews, or your list your books, or what did you read in 2021, because that's what this one is, 2021. what did you read that year? And you know, you can write it on a separate thing, put your book review in, decorate it up with, you know, all kinds of, you know, your stickers, your, you know, whatever, and just kind of layer it up like you would a like a smash book type thing. Oh, let's see. Did you have just one? Now this is two. This is two. Annie Mame gave me this one, the pattern one, and I bought the second one. I bought this one. I have two of them. But then at the back, I have other papers back here that are just random papers that I like. But this one is this is the here. Let me go right here. The Trisha Gill paint box, and it's all these little, you know, little swatches of color throughout. But then this first book here is the pattern book. Okay, so it's two books in one. All right, so y'all have any questions yet or anything? I can go in here and try to find a place where I might want to write something down or just do something just to show you. And again, like here's the contents page. I could cover this up with, you know, make my own table of contents. And I'm just using this, guys. You can put a prettier paper, right? You know, you can, this is just a sample to show you how you can cover things up. Leave the contents, leave a little bit showing like that, write your own table of contents. But the important thing to me is for you to know that you should tab it, flag it, some way to get right to it, right? Some way to get right to the things that you are putting in. Because you won't remember where it is. So see, I just went right to this because it's tabbed. Let's see. And a binder that needs to look through then. I'm not sure are you asking me a question, Cheryl? Yeah, this is just a 3-ring binder. It's nothing fancy. It's a white binder that I put paper in to decorate the cover. And you could use, if you don't want to cut up a book, cut up some old scrapbook paper, your cardstock, your pretty papers. That's what some of these in the back here. These are some of the ones out of the what do you call it? The Somerset Studio and the Art Journaling magazine. See, these are the some of those. I just punched holes in them and put them in, and do the same thing. Kathy, Dee Dee, I cut them, made them into 2 books in a binder. Yeah, for a Commonplace book, for, you know, quotes, knowledge, books that you've read, books that you write your own reviews on or your thoughts on. You know, here where I wrote a quote right here. So I wrote down, again, here's some of my favorite Francis Bacon quotes I made a little book out of, but I wrote down a bunch more just in case I wanted to do another something here for you. Hi, Devin. Let's see. Well, let me pick another one. Well, here, I like this one. Let's find a page that I want to write on. And again, I would take some time to do some washi or, you know, something. But again, I don't mind just flipping and finding a page that I want to write on. And then like maybe right here, let's just write a quote right down here. So you can just take it out. Let's move it up here. So I'm going to write it down this way. Okay, or I could write real small. Like I could put a whole little. Well, I don't think I could get a whole book review in here. But if I wrote, because I write pretty small normally, I could write, you know, write a lot of stuff going this way, and write a lot of information this way. But I'm just trying to give y'all some samples, so I'm kind of doing some big stuff. So, for instance, I'll write this Francis Bacon quote. This is a short one. And if you're not sure if you could fit it in, I would recommend penciling it in. Pencil it first. Because then you're going to run out of room. So you could do something like this. Let's do another little loop-de-loop there. You could do if you grow herbs, or again, we're talking about the gardening. If you grow herbs or anything like that, you can you could do a page with all the do your herbs. And hang on, let me grab something here. Maybe a couple things. Let's see. Here's just a blue. This one's just a paper clip. I don't have a thing on this one yet, but let's look. Let me dig through my little pieces of fabric here. Maybe this little one. And I'm just digging through. Some of these are just cut down. Oh, here's a little black and white one. Maybe that one. Okay, so let's... Let me just do a regular little bow. Sometimes I'll do a slip knot because they're prettier. If you do a slip knot, then you can have the front looking facing you. But I'm just going to do a knot. So you can do this. And then I'll put that facing the front of the book because I like the pretty side facing the front. So that would go 2 page. There we go. So go this way. So that would be on this side like that. You can see it. And then I might also do, let's find some kind of maybe a little tab here. Oh, here's a polka dot something. And I might just put it on this side because I see it from the front, right? So, and it's sticky on this side, so I would just either rub it or put another piece of something there, or another little circle dot or something to cover that up. Let's see. Got all kinds of stickers and stuff, Let's see what's on this side. Pink or this blue, just this blue dot, just to kind of cover up some of that sticky, but you can put baby powder over it just to get rid of the sticky. All right, so now I know that this page has something on it. So when I've got my book closed, I can see there's a tab there. There's a tab, and there's also a flag, right? So I know that there's something on those pages. All right. Hey, Zippy. Molly, I know I'm missing people. Hey, guys, anybody else coming in? So some of the quotes, let me just read you a few. I'll give you a couple of my, the one I just wrote down was "Wonder is the seed of knowledge." These are all Francis Bacon quotes. I just wrote a few of them down because I do have them in this little book as well. And again, one of my favorite ones. While like beauty itself is but the sensible image of the infinite. See, that I can put on the beautiful page, the page on beauty. That can go on that page. And then this is my other favorite one. Imagination was given to man to compensate him for what he is not, a sense of humor to console him for what he is. So I can write some of these in there. Plus I got a few more written over here. I will never be an old man. To me, old age is always 15 years older than I am. Then there's a quote on books, that how books are your friend. Begin doing what you want to do now. We are not living we are not living in eternity. We have only this moment, sparkling like a star in our hand and melting like a snowflake. Let's see. And this one is in this book too. The job of the artist is always to deepen the mystery. And let's see, one more here. God has, in fact, written 2 books, not just one. Of course, we are all familiar with the first book he wrote, namely Scripture, but he has also written a second book called Creation. So just some of my quotes here that I can put in the book. You could do, all right, so for instance, here I have my Sirius XM list. I could write down my favorite stations and what I like about them. You know, it's your common knowledge, it's your commonplace book. It's the knowledge that you collect, the things that you like, the things that you want to know more about or have studied or looked into and want more information or collecting on it, right? Let me just stick this in here because I like that paper clip. I'm just going to put it right there for now. So, yeah, so you can see that that's a way for you to do that. But again, to me, even more important than this book is this book. This one's the one where you throw down your ideas, your list, your mind maps, and all that. This one is really the one that you're really going to use, right? This is more your collection. This is more your tool. Right. So, you know, it's nice to have both. All right. So real quick, I will, let me show you what I got now. The other thing I got in the mail while I read, let me move these sticker books off of here. And then again, this is an awesome book for the Book of Positive Quotations. And it's just got tons of, you know, good quotes. Okay. Let me do this. I gotta keep moving stuff. I gotta keep moving all this stuff over here. And I'll clean it all up when I'm done. And then of course your washi tape and any other little stickers or decorative things. Oh, well, let me show you this. Okay, now this is kind of let me go get one other book. Hang on. Well, this is not the one I was looking for. The one I'm looking for is a huge, like, encyclopedia size. But I just want to show you an example. So, because I'm not just necessarily doing alphabets, but just to give you an idea of what illuminated letters and illuminated things look like. Of course, I'm sure most of y'all have seen. If you ever get a chance, let me just take a sip of juice. If you ever get a chance to see any old illuminated manuscripts, prayer books, Bibles in a museum, you will be so surprised. I was the first time I ever saw one in a museum, that the gilding gold literally glows. It's hard to describe because you just see gold color, or you just see a gold pen, or even a shiny gold metallic or glitter pen. It is not the same. When you see these manuscripts in person, you can almost see light just coming right off the pages. They glow, and that's the best way I can describe it. So this is just one of the books that I pulled because the one I wanted to find, I couldn't find it. I mean, not that quickly in my collection of calligraphy books. But so what I'm doing in this book, I think I told y'all before, what I'm doing in this book is I'm doing history history drawings and illumination. So I'm making them my own. So they're not necessarily exactly like I'm not doing it like an archaeological drawing that's so precise. And, I'm not doing that. This is for me just to kind of play with my own, because I used to do calligraphy professionally and illuminated. Like here, let me show you this book. I'm not sure what year this book came out. I wanted the big book to show you, but I couldn't just put my hand on it. So I want to just let's see. This one is 1994. So this one came out in 1994, but I have some other ones that are much more in detail. This is more, has a little bit of how to do it and how to gild and how to do detailed illuminated letters. But I used to do scrolls and complete. Oh, and I came across, what did I do? I put it in a closet in a portfolio, so I can't show you. But I did this one, and I did it on duck cloth. Y'all know what duck cloth is. It's like the canvas, unprimed canvas, and you can buy it by the roll. You can buy a canvas by the roll. And so I did this one. Someone wanted it for their church, and it's a complete psalm, and it's like 5 feet by 6 feet. It's huge. It's a huge, huge canvas. And I did it all just to show you how big the letters were. Let's see, reach over here. I'm reaching up. I did it with, I believe, this. So the letters were, there's my scarf. The letters were all this big. This is how big the letters were. And I did a whole psalm, and it was huge. But all the letters were this wide. This is how wide. Now, just to show you an example of how usually calligraphy is about that wide. So you can imagine how big this was. I have a picture of it. I came across the photograph, but I put it in a portfolio, and that portfolio is in the closet. So I don't want to dig it out right now, although I could. I think I kind of know exactly where it is. If y'all want me to, I'll dig out the photograph. But anyway, so it was a huge, huge scroll. And what I did is I made it look like it was on an actual book. So I did it like this. And then I did, you can't hardly see that. Let me do it with a Sharpie. So what I did is the lettering, I did it like small and then bigger and then smaller. And then it's tiny in there. So it looked like it was three-dimensional. It looked like it was folded, right? And so this is all calligraphy, though. And so it looked like that. Then it had a big red ribbon kind of coming across like that because it was a psalm. It was a psalm. And but it was like 5 foot by 6 foot. It was huge. So anyway, so I did it so that the lettering was big and then little again, and so it looked like it was in a book. But anyway, so I haven't done any of this for a long time, and I kind of miss it. So I thought what I would do with this book is I would use it to paint, and I don't know that I'm going to do too much calligraphy in it, but I want to do the different, the decorative part of it. And because I can do calligraphy on parchment or whatever, but I wanted to do the what do you call it? Hang on, the historical, like different things from the Bible, from ancient Egypt, Assyria, all the different historical things like this. So I've only started it, and so I've just put my name in here, and I did put some. It's hard to see. There's a shiny gold edge on there. And now let me just start by saying they're not done. I only have the borders done on them. So I did the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and their symbols. So that's what these are. And again, the inside of just ink. They're not painted. They're not detailed. They're just kind of drawn in. But I do have the borders done. Can you see the gold in there? And so I've got the 4 Gospels and the colors and it all represents something. Have you done a study on Egyptian hieroglyphs? Years ago, and I have some notes on some of it, Sherry Bug, but not extensively. I did at one point I was trying to learn Hebrew. I bought all the Hebrew tutorials on how to speak it. I can do it in calligraphy. I had the alphabet, and I know the alphabet and the letters and some of the words, but it's been like 20 years since I did it. I did hand carve. What is it? I hand carved the whole Hebrew alphabet out. Let me see if I can put my hand on. I don't know if I can get to it quickly, but it's in here. Let's see if I can move a couple of things. I moved so much stuff that at the end of the day I've got, oh my gosh, it's going to take me hours to put everything back. But let me see. Here it is. Hang on. Moving all my stamps. All my stamp collections. Oh, got to move that over there. And let me show you another thing too in a minute about collecting letter stamps. So I hand carved them all on erasers. On the little magic rub erasers. So I hand carved the whole alphabet out in that. But so you can carve your own alphabets. But what I wanted to show you, and Paul is the one that came up with this idea some years ago. Y'all know that we all love these little miniature stamps. Well, she came across the idea. I guess she came to her hardware store and she found these ammo cases. And they're perfect for storing your little miniature stamps in. So they come in all different sizes. So if you have a collection of small stamps, you know, these little hands, they're just perfect. And they're only like a couple dollars. Each little case is only like a couple dollars. And look how perfectly they hold your little miniature stamps. So yeah, it's real handy, and rather because then you can get them out and use them easier. All right. So anyway, rabbit trail. The other way to store small stamps is in these cigar trays. These are trays that cigars are in. Now this one's kind of messed up because I had this one on top of it. But these trays like this are perfect for storing bigger wooden stamps. This one I had a little piece of cardboard separating the numbers here. So let's put that little piece of cardboard back. There we go. Kind of hold that last row in there. So these, you know, back when we were doing a lot of stamping. So trust me, this is not anything, but Janet knows. But I did like my alphabet stamps. Okay, so I just did my name and did a little border, but then I started doing the 4 gospels, and they each have their own color. They all have their own meaning. These are all symbolic. They all mean something, and if you've never studied it, it's very interesting. But anyway, so again, they're not finished. The insides, I just did the borders. But this book here is what I want to do that kind of thing in. So again, as I have time, because y'all know there's a lot of things I like to do. So there's that book. And so this is just a sample that I wanted to show you, that if you like any of this kind of thing. And all right, I'm sure I'm missing some things in chat. What Beth said, where do you find room in your studio for everything? I have lots of shelves. This whole room, I've done a little mini tour of this room, and I did just clean out the closet. I just cleaned out the closet on Monday when Denise was here. And the whole room, Beth, from corner to corner, all the way around, except where the closet and the window, it's all those 6-foot shelves. It's shelf. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then a couple of small ones, 12. There's at least 12 wall shelves in this room, and they're all full. They are completely full. I have no room for not one more color book can fit in this room. These, my art books, I finally bought 2 more shelves. So I have 2 more of these shelves in the my mural room. I have a room that I painted murals in, and it has 2 bookshelves in there of my other art books. So that's all, well, between in here and in that room with 2 shelves of art books, plus I have probably 2 more shelves downstairs in the library of art books. So got tons of art books. Plus a hubster and I like to read. We read a lot. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. All right. So now let me go ahead and we're going to go ahead and I want to read out of our 1001 Ways to Be Creative. And I saved this for the last. So y'all remember when I talked about, the Jewish Torah pointer? I could not think of the name of it, the pointer. And I used to have one and I gave it away. And I'm not Jewish, but, being a Christian, you have, Jewish, love for the Jewish people. But anyway, so I could not, I didn't have that anymore. So Kenny, I think it was Kenny. Yeah, I think it was Kenny messaged me and finally fessed up and sent me this because it didn't have a name on it. So Kenny sent me this. Because it's a pointer, right? A pointer finger. And what the rabbis do when they're reading the Torah, they have a pointer. Well, I used to have a silver pointer. And I said, I need to get me another silver pointer. So I did. So I saved it for when we got to here to read. Let's go ahead and lighten this up a little. So I bought another yod. I think it's a Y-A-D. I think it's pronounced yod. And if I'm pronouncing, and I don't have the accents and all that. But anyway, I bought one because they're stunning and they're beautiful and I love them. And it's real heavy. This is real heavy. So I just want y'all to see the beautiful work on this. And there's the little hand, the little pointer. It's a little Torah pointer. It's a little Torah pointer. Listen how beautiful that is. And it's weighted. It's very heavy. It's very heavy. So here come the cats. No. So anyway, I finally, I bought another one. I know, isn't it beautiful? It's got the chain on it. I see you, baby. I see you. So anyway, I thought I was not going to point. It's a pointer. Okay. So, all right. So we're at number 364. Imagining how the elements of a creative work can be rearranged sharpens your creative thinking. Send yourself an entire floral arrangement to celebrate a creative achievement. My cat is right there. No. Get away from the lights. No. Asking questions means you are always seeking inspiration. Start a reading group. Write about the last kiss of an ended relationship. Compile a book of unique recipes. Record how you spend your time for a week. Look at how much time was spent in activities that enriched your life and creativity. Pick a random destination and hop on the first affordable flight, train, or bus. Write about the adventure. Well, I don't think anybody's doing that too much these days, but I know. Hi, Kate. Yeah. And by the way, this book we read out of we try to remember to read out of it once a week. 1001 Ways to Be Creative, a little book of everyday inspiration by Barbara Ann Kipfer. And I did buy this at Tuesday morning. It was $3.99, but my Tuesday morning closed. I don't even know if they have these anymore, but you can get it on Amazon. You've never seen a Torah pointer before, Sister Woman? Yeah. Oh my gosh, really? See how detailed they are? I can't get any closer to show you. I got it off of Amazon. Now, it didn't come from Amazon. It was a third party, and it did take about a month. It took about 3 weeks to a month. I can't remember exactly. It did take a little while to get to. And I'm sure it has to do with some of the, mail being slow and all that. I mean, just like when I bought your kit, Preppy Crafty Girl. I bought a kit from her. She's in Florida, and she got it to her post office like in a day and a half. It showed on the tracking that it was in she'd already sent it out, and within 2 days it was in Atlanta, and it sat in Atlanta for 2 weeks, maybe 2.5. It sat in Atlanta for 2.5 weeks. I finally got her kit, but I knew it wasn't her. She sent it, and same thing for Zandra. I have an order coming from Zandra. Zandra, I usually get her orders like within 2 days flat. I get her orders so quick. And now it's been a couple weeks, and I think it finally moved from New Jersey to Atlanta, sitting in Atlanta. So hopefully it'll be here today or tomorrow. But I wanted to show you what I bought from Zandra. But it's not the shippers, guys. So don't be dissing on your people that you're buying the stuff from. It's the post office system. Okay. You really never seen one either, Cheryl? Yeah. They're Torah point. They're for Torah. And it's YAD, Yod. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and read. We'll go ahead and read 2 more. Oh, and then let me move the page to the next week. So they don't miss any words. When they're reading the Torah, it's very precise, and you don't want to miss any words. When the scribes were writing out the Torah back in, when they were handwriting out, if they missed one word or misspelled something, they couldn't just draw a line through it or scratch it out. It was like mandatory, and I don't remember all the rules about it now because I've read about it years ago, but they had to destroy the whole scroll in a big ceremony and start over. So it's very particular about reading exactly. It's very exact, the Torah. I know, right? Georgia Mail's messed over, sure. Says I have a package that's sitting in Texas for 3 days, and they marked it as delivered. Oh, right, I know. Yeah, there you go. There's Abigail. Thank you, Abigail. Yod means hand. Yeah. And I think in the letters, like it's YOD, isn't it? The Yod. Let me do a little. It's like a little apostrophe, isn't it? YOD Yod in the letter name. Abigail, let me get Abigail's information. So this is a YAD, Yod YAD, but they both mean the same thing. It means hand. Yeah. So maybe she can give us some more information. It's been so long since I studied some Hebrew origins and roots. And like I said, I taught myself the alphabet, how to do it in calligraphy and write it. And was trying to teach myself how to speak it. I mean, but it's been so many years. I hardly even remember it, any of it. It's a hand. Yeah, but no, whoops, sorry. Yeah, it means hand, but what I'm talking about, Abigail, is the word, because it's a YAD, which is hand. But the Yod, isn't that a letter that looks like that? And that is the hand too. Doesn't that mean hand as well? Don't they both mean hand? You like my pointing finger. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish reading. And I don't mean this to be disrespectful, by the way. I think it's very respectful. And it's just a nice way to point. It's just a pointer. Yeah, it's it is. Look, see, it's silver and blue, and it's got a chain. And I think the reason that the chain is there is I think they changed it. I'm asking Abigail. They chain it to the Torah. I think it hooks to the Torah, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that doesn't go like a bookmark, but I think it's somehow attached to the Torah. Okay, Yod is yeah, but I mean, let me click on it. Doesn't the letter Yod mean hand? Because all the letters mean something. Like the Alpha is an ox, and the Dalet is a door. And I can't remember. I'm trying to think of them all right now. And the yod I thought meant hand. I thought the yod was hand. No? Okay, well, which letter means hand? One of the letters is a hand, and I guess I assumed it because it was pointing. Now we're going to get into the Hebrew. Okay, let's go ahead and finish reading this. If Abigail wants to add anything in there. Every piece of criticism is an opportunity to advancing new work. Lie on your back and draw what you see. Try alla prima, the act of finishing a painting in one sitting. If you want a free ticket to anywhere, where would you go and why? Okay, it's two different things. Okay. All right. Thanks, Abigail. Just as the projects of others inspire you, your projects can inspire others. Put your work out there and see what comes back to you. Take a vacation at a cooking school. What fortune would you like to get in a fortune cookie? Ask for the kind of criticism you want or don't ask at all. So there's a couple pages of our 1001 Ways to Be Creative, a little book of everyday inspiration. So, yeah. So I love this, and I will keep it in its box so it stays nice and nothing happens, to it. But it is. Let me get you the. I'll show you my Amazon link order. Let me go over here. Let me go to my orders. Oh, there it was. I just had it. Okay, so it is. Let me click on it. So it is the Zion. Let's see, the Zion Judaica LT. Oh, that's the brand. Zion, 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 Judaica silver plated Torah pointer. Here, let's see. Well, I don't know how I can make that bigger. And it comes in 4 different colors: black, blue, pink, or turquoise. And of course, I got the blue because that's the Israeli colors. And it was only $22.99. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I've bought one before that was way more expensive. And it's so nice. It is like, I mean, I would easily have paid at least, $50 more for this. And it's only $22.99. And I think it had maybe a little shipping too, because it's a third-party seller, right? So only 9 left in stock. Order soon. It is beautiful, isn't it? I know. So yeah. Let's see if I can get a better. I was going to try to get a better picture, but yeah, it just shows the picture and the you saw it already. Let's see if it's got any more information. Or a review or anything. Here's the turquoise one. The turquoise one's pretty too, but I like the blue one because that's the color, the correct colors. You're getting one. Oh my gosh, I know. They're so pretty. And I mean, there's a Pacola put it in their link. And I mean it very respectfully too. I'm not meaning it in any disrespect at all. But oh, good, Beth. That's nice. Yeah. Well, we hopefully we all learn something all the time. Hopefully we learn something all the time. And well, all right, guys. It's 11 o'clock. Do y'all have any questions? Or let me just kind of put that. It's so pretty. Do y'all have any questions or anything about any of the books or the journals or the Commonplace book? Or y'all want to shout out anything you're doing as far as collecting your ideas or anything? Let's see. I know I'm missing stuff rolling by. Okay. Ask now, because otherwise we'll go ahead and head out. You're welcome, Devin. Oh, thanks, Bacola. My moms need a raise, I'm telling you. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave kindly worded comments. Yeah. Don't email me with that. Now y'all can email me. When I say don't email me, I mean, don't be a pain, Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Use your Amazon gift card. Yeah. So, oh, you're welcome, Jane. Thank you, guys, everyone that's here. Make sure now, two or three of y'all super chatted and super stickered me today. If you send me your address, if you did not already super chat me in December, then I'll go ahead and send you the print. Let me show y'all the print that went out this month. I sent them all out. I mean, I still have a couple left. I don't mean that, but I mean, I sent them all out yesterday. And if you did not super chat me in December, those of you that super chatted me this morning, then I'll go ahead and send you out this print that was for everybody that supported the channel in December. If I've already sent you one for December, then I'll hold I'll wait till the first week of February to send you a thank you so you don't get a duplicate. So, all right, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks. Thank you, Moz. Thank you, Julie Topaz, Janet, and Pacola. And you're welcome. I hope it's full of inspiration. You're welcome. All right. Well, y'all have a blessed day, and I will see you on either someone else's stream or I will see you on Monday. All right, guys. Bye-bye.